Hi, this is the Cartoon Koala, and while I work on better videos, I thought that for just a quick little filler video for the month of February, I'd make a video showing off and just kind of looking back at some of the books that I used to read when I was younger. Because, believe it or not, I did actually used to read quite a lot. I mean, this was in elementary school, so it wasn't anything that advanced, but still. So, in this video, I'll be showing off some of the book series that I remember reading a lot when I was younger. If your favorite isn't in this, that means I probably didn't read it. So don't think I missed it. We're gonna start off with the book series that I'm pretty sure everyone my age read, and then we're gonna go into the ones that are more specific to me. I've got a lot of books here, so let's get started. First, of course, I don't think a video like this would be complete without Diary of a Wimpy Kid. What can I say that hasn't already been said? We all read these books and we all remember them and we all love them. And to really go into the reasons why would require another entire video. You can see here that I tried coloring in the characters for some reason. I guess it bothered me that it was black and white. I know that you'd think that these were aimed at a middle school audience, but I read these books from way back in kindergarten all the way up to like 5th grade. Because 5th grade was when they started telling us that we couldn't read them for AR points. We have 2 copies of Roderick Rules. Unlike others, I don't know why we have 2 of these, but it's still pretty cool since they're 2 different editions. Originally came with a collectible loaded diaper sticker, which I did rip out of the book and is now lost forever, but I'm sure someone out there still has it. It also says now a major motion picture on it. This one still has its price tag, and for whatever reason, I'm not sure if it was me or someone else, but yes, you can see Jeff Kinney's name written very poorly in the front of the book in pencil. We have the third wheel, paperback and hard copy. Now this one I know why we have both. It wasn't just because I wanted the hardback cover to be consistent with my other books. It is because this one I got from a yard sale and it is utterly destroyed. There are pages ripped everywhere and writing everywhere and coloring everywhere, so it only seemed logical to replace it. Actually, looking inside, apparently I got this one for Christmas 2013. Look, he ripped out Holly Hill's and Greg and Frank's faces. Next we have Dog Days. Nothing really interesting here. We have another paperback and hard copy for The Ugly Truth. I think this time it was just for the sake of consistency, because this one, while in pretty bad shape, is still at least readable in the condition that it's in. Cabin Fever, The Third Wheel, Hard Luck, The Long Haul, Old School paperback and hardback. Again, I think this was just for the sake of consistency. Double Down, paperback and hardback for consistency. And the last one that I ever read, Book 12, The Getaway, and even then I don't think I finished it. But for my brother, we still have The Meltdown and Wrecking Ball. I have never read a page of these and probably never will unless I rank all the Wimpy Kid books or something. And of course, in addition to the actual main series, you can't forget the movie diary and the do-it-yourself book. I would show off what I did in this to you, but I didn't even come close to finishing filling it out. And I have a few other similar do-it-yourself type books that I also didn't even come close to finishing that I could show you. And I think I'm going to save that if maybe I do a video showing off my old drawings. Comment if you'd like to see that. Of course, second after Diary of Wimpy Kid has to be Captain Underpants. I, for some reason, have 2 copies of the first one of these as well. I don't know why. I also have both the original paperback copy of Book 2 along with the hardback full color copy. I also have paperback copies of Book 4, 8, and 9. This one you can see, I think this was also bought from a garage sale. You can see that the previous owner attempted to draw George here. We also have full color copies of Book 3 and Book 5, and hardback copies of the final 2 books in the series, Book 11 and Book 12. So yeah, as you can see, unlike Wimpy Kid, I never had the dedication to actually own all of them, but I still like them and read them a lot. And I also have some of the sort of spin-off books. We have the all-new Captain Underpants Extra Crunchy Book of Fun 2, which is very much in a similar vein to the Diary of Wimpy Kid Do-It-Yourself book. I also have Super Diaper Baby 2, The Invasion of the Potty Snatchers, with fliporamas in every chapter. I guess I never had the first one of these, but I feel like I remember reading it, because I do remember the turd villain. I also definitely had and read Ook and Glug, Time Traveling Cavemen of the Future, and I remember really liking it, but more recently it got pulled from the shelves due to Asian stereotyping, apparently. And lastly, we have the Dogman series, which I think they're actually still making new ones of these. We have Dogman, Dogman Unleashed, and Dogman, A Tale of Two Kitties. Last in the trilogy of widely read books, we have the Who Was series. Very much in a different vein from Wimpy Kid and Captain Underpants, which were basically like cartoons. These were short little biographies aimed towards kids. I read a lot of these only because even when they stopped letting us read Wimpy Kid and Captain Underpants, even though they're pretty much the same reading level, they still let us read these, and they were always worth a lot of AR points. And I don't know how it was for other schools, but at my school, they required that you had the right amount of AR points by the end of the year. So yeah, of course I was just going to pick any of them about someone that I was even mildly interested in. I guess they allowed them because unlike Captain Underpants and Wimpy Kid, these didn't have pictures on every page. And were also educational, I guess, even though these are actually shorter. Of course, the main thing that really stood out was the front covers, with the grotesque caricatures of whoever the subject of the book was. Moving into books I don't think are really as well known, here we have Judy Blume's Tales of a Fourth Grade Nothing. It was always really confusing as a kid when they had the author's name all big at the top instead of the series name. I'm certain that the reason I ever picked this up in the first place was because the cover made it look cartoony like Captain Underpants and Wimpy Kid. The illustration was made for a much newer edition of the book, 2002. And look at the original copyright date, 1972. That makes this the oldest of any of the books I'm talking about in this video by far. And yeah, inside the book, no pictures, but I actually remember really liking this book, and I actually had all 4 of the books in the, I guess you'd call it the Fudge series. I don't know what happened to the other ones. I'm pretty sure the last 2 of those were made years after the originals, but still the same author. I guess what kept me reading was kind of the same reasons that you kept reading Wimpy Kid, which makes sense since I'm pretty sure Jeff Kinney has cited this as an inspiration for Wimpy Kid. You would be drawn in by the wacky cover, but you'd keep reading because it felt very relatable and authentic. And also you just wanted to see the wacky situations that the characters would get into next. Next, we have the Black Lagoon Adventures series. I don't actually remember much about them except that I've read them a lot, but could only find 2 that I own. I guess maybe I just used to pick them up from the school library. And as you can see by that number, apparently there were a lot of them. I remember there was also a picture book series of these, but mainly I read the chapter books. Despite the Black Lagoon title, they were actually pretty down-to-earth and slice of life from what I remember. But again, cartoony illustrations and very easy reads, which is why I read them. Next, we have the Bad Kitty series. Now, naturally, as a 7-year-old boy, you didn't really want to read something called Bad Kitty, but for one reason or another, I ended up reading it, and I actually ended up quite liking them enough to have a bit of a collection here. I don't have all of them, I'm missing the first 2, and I don't know if they made any past these. Paperback, hardback. Again, I think the reason I like them so much is because they very much felt like a cartoon. With a lot of fourth wall breaking humor, kind of like Captain Underpants, especially in this one. Next, we have our last big collection. My Weird School, My Weird School Days, My Weirder School, and the My Weird School specials. I definitely wanted to collect them all and try to by getting all the big box sets, but alas, the only one of these collections that is still complete is My Weirder School. I definitely had all of these at some point out of a box set, but in one way or another I've lost some of them. And I never had all 21 books in the original series. Yeah, 21 instead of 12, which became the standard for the spin-offs, except My Weird School specials, which I definitely had all 4, but I'm missing the Halloween one. and they would continue to make more spin-off series after My Weirder School. In fact, they might still be making these today, but at that point, I'd already stopped caring about and reading them. Look, I have 1 through 10, but not free. I never owned that one for some reason, and then 13, because I think I got it in a Halloween box set. With My Weird School Days, we're just missing number 11. Also, 2 copies of Mrs. Jaffe is Daffy for some reason, and 2 copies of Miss Mary is Scary, but I actually know why for this one. One of them I got in the My Weird School Days box set, and the other I got in the Halloween box set. Last and probably least, we have Clueless McGee. I remember having a few of these, but I can only find the first one. Even reading these in 3rd grade, I remember not really liking them, so I don't really know why I read them. Like My Weird School, I went from liking to kinda not liking, but still reading them. This I don't remember really liking in the first place. The main reason I'm featuring it is because, after Wimpy Kid was such a big hit, there are a lot of books that were trying to emulate it. And when people talk about Diary of Wimpy Kid ripoffs, I have never seen this one come up, even though it is definitely the most shameless. You can already kind of tell from the art style, the very simple, trying to emulate kids' doodles. But look here, even though they separate it into chapters, instead of diary entries, it's written in the form of letters. And on the back, it straight up says, if you're a fan of Diary of Wimpy Kid, have we got a kid for you. And from my memory, the titular character was egotistical, but not in an endearing and funny way like Greg, and was just annoying and stupid. So that's it for my childhood books. Even though I kind of forget about them sometimes, these books still gave me good memories and left an impact on me. Comment below your favorites. As always, like and subscribe if you like what you see, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.